Saudis have an amazing balance between changing the vision and having big cities and everything, but when you talk to Saudis, they are so proud of the past as well, of the Bedouin past and everything, and tourists love this. And we did the first workshop, which was fully booked. Like people just said, okay, yeah, I want to learn Sadu. And Saudis, not only expats, because I did this at the beginning for expats, same as the UAE.
Yep.
But Saudis registered. So I was like, okay, I didn't expect this. I'm from France. Saudis or Emiratis, they love the croissant and the Eiffel Tower and the terrace.
Yeah.
For me, it's normal. I don't see it anymore.
Right, you take it for granted because it's part of your everyday.
Exactly, yeah. So here, we see as expats things that they don't see anymore.
Yeah,
I like to sit in the floor and to eat a kabsa because this is not my daily life in my country.
Yes.
And for them, Saudi or any nationality, it's normal. Maybe tourists, they will think that tourists don't want to experience this.
Welcome to Success Saudi, a podcast featuring leaders and entrepreneurs in KSA. Our aim is to provide you with local tips and wisdom to help you on your own journey to success. My name's Maria Kamedi, and I'm here today with Cecilia Pueyo. Cecilia is the founder of Bonjour Saudi. Bonjour Saudi is a travel and experience design house right here in the heart of Riyadh. Cecilia, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
So tell us, when did your journey in Saudi Arabia begin?
Okay. I moved to the UAE first, in Abu Dhabi in 2020 for a professional opportunity. And I moved in Saudi in 2023. So 1 year and a half ago.
Okay. What kind of opportunity brought you to the Emirates?
Yeah, I moved there for a professional opportunity in the energy sector. So nothing to do with tourism. But yeah, it was supposed to be a 2 years contract.
Okay.
And this is how the story began. It was in the UAE. Because in this professional opportunity, my team was only with Emiratis. So I was very lucky to be welcomed as from locals, which is very rare in the UAE.
Was that your first time in the Middle East?
Yeah. First time. I even never traveled before, especially to the GCC.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you have a particular interest to come to this part of the world?
No, at all. Like it was just an amazing professional opportunity. So I was 23 and I didn't even work before. Like it was my
your first job?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I said, yeah, why not? Let's try. And it was COVID, so I jumped on the opportunity to I wanted to move abroad, but I didn't have any specific region. I wanted to go to, like if I had to choose, I wanted to go to the south of America.
South America?
Yeah, so and then I moved to Abu Dhabi.
So you worked for the company for a couple years, or did you finish your work with them even though it was COVID?
No, I moved there in 2020, so it was just during COVID. I worked with them for 3 years. In the UAE, almost 3 years, yes.
So at which point did you decide to get into tourism?
Yeah. So when I arrived there, my team was Emirati women. So they welcomed me like I could have not imagined that I would have been welcomed like this in Abu Dhabi, where everybody told me there is only expat, you will not meet Emiratis and everything. So I was like, okay, I will see. And my manager was Emirati and my colleagues as well. So like the day I arrived, like I was invited to their house, their farm, and I just in a short time, I discovered so many things, and I realized that I didn't know anything about this culture, and I had a lot of stereotypes and cliché and all of this, because it's not the same vision. And when I moved, when I was saying that I was moving to Abu Dhabi, first people didn't know what was Abu Dhabi. Maybe it's in Saudi. Dubai was more famous, but
people know Dubai.
Yeah, exactly. And people didn't understand why I was moving here. A lot of stereotypes. What will you do there and everything. And when I was like welcome like this, and I discovered a lot of things about the country, the region, I was shocked, and I was like, okay. I started having like kind of passion also on discovering like deep stories there, how this country became what it is now, and what like in 50 years, you know, like it's crazy. So I wanted to understand more and meeting more people. So I started having my network, and also experiencing a lot of amazing stories and amazing like I wanted to share my experience. So I started a small travel agency there in the UAE with one of my friends. She's French as well, and she shared the same interest for cultural experiences that we didn't find in the UAE. Because when I moved there, I started having also a lot of friends, not locals, but also expats, who were there since a long time but didn't discover the country. So we started moving a lot in the country and discovering that Dubai is not representing what is the UAE like in a global vision. So that's how we came with creating cultural experiences in the UAE, and they didn't exist like you can only go to, like, I mean, if you go to the desert and you search on TripAdvisor, you will do a safari,
right,
which is not representing the Emirati culture. So we started creating experiences with our network, people we met during road trip in all the Emirates. Me, my friends, my local friends, they helped me finding their family, how they can help, and so we built a lot of experiences on this. And the goal was to connect expats with Emiratis, because we felt that there is a gap in the market on how to connect people. Why in this country people don't know Emiratis? Okay, there is only more than 1 million, but they represent the country. So how to connect this? And we started only with expats, so to create these experiences and for expats. And then we were contacted by tourists agencies as well to promote these experiences on an international way.
Wow. And is that something you're still continuing today?
Yes.
Do you still have the agency in the Emirates?
Yeah. So it's called Bonjour UAE.
Okay.
And it's like we are still running with our experiences, so we still have clients. And it's my partner Sabrina, she's still there. She's in the UAE running the business there. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And so at what point did you decide to take this concept and bring it to Saudi?
Yeah. So when I was there, I started traveling in Saudi because I started being so curious also about the region. So I wanted to move to travel first, especially in Saudi, because we started hearing a lot what was happening here and all the changes. So I started coming for weekends, and then for like I did a long road trip also in Saudi, and I realized that okay, maybe also there is something to do here. I met amazing people on the road, and so I started having like something in my head, like maybe there it's also very interesting. There is something to do, and it's now, not in 2 years.
Yep.
So then I decided to move here, to explore the market here, to see if I can develop this concept also here, to connecting people and creating cultural experiences, showcasing the Saudi culture.
So when you had this idea, I mean, what were the steps? How did you start?
So first I came. I came like I had I took a job here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, all of the, I mean, to come to Saudi you need to have a job, like you just, so I mean I didn't want to be a tourist or something, so I was working with the Alliance Française for a little bit less than 1 year. This allowed me to have an amazing experience first, to meet a lot of people. During this period, it was for me also a moment to explore the market, understand maybe it will not. I was not sure that I will develop this, but I wanted to try and to understand the market as well. So I started meeting a lot of people. I was not in a rush. I really wanted to see and how I can integrate myself as well. But it was quicker than expected, because I realized that when I wanted to book an experience or something, same. I couldn't find like real experiences. I don't want to meet someone who did this experience for tourists. I want to meet someone who was doing this before, or who is passionate, and to be connected to this person. And in Saudi, you have so many people who are just waiting for this. So I started meeting people, and also like, what do I want to experience?
Yeah.
And one day, so first I started making videos of Saudis in my personal account.
On Instagram?
On Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah. So I created an account to share my journey in Saudi. And it started because I was highlighting hidden gems and the places where not a lot of people are going, or not expats were not going there. So it's starting having interest. And then I met Mansour, who is my partner now in Saudi. And it was here in this neighborhood where we are now, which is in Diriyah. So I was coming a lot here because I discovered like this coffee shop, which was not in Boujairi but in this neighborhood.
Okay.
And I loved this coffee shop. So I started doing videos about this.
Really?
And that's how I met Mansour, my partner, who is also very interested in the tourism sector, and especially heritage, tradition, how to highlight this in Saudi, but in a different way, not making experiences, but highlighting heritage houses, transforming some heritage houses into businesses, this kind of things.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. And other businesses, but he's very interested in showcasing the culture as well.
Okay, so you took a job with Alliance Francaise. You started your own Instagram, or started posting to Instagram about your experiences here.
And this brought me a lot of opportunities, because if I didn't start this Instagram, I would not have this today.
Why is that? Yeah.
I think people see that you are foreigners coming to Saudi and you want to highlight their country. So I started receiving messages like, oh, how do you go to this place? How did you know? And meeting Saudis as well. Like, this allowed me to, I received a lot of messages from women. Should we meet? I want to tell you.
Really?
Yeah, even I was here since I think 2 months, and the girl invited me to her house. I want you to try my kabsa.
Wow.
No, and I was like, okay, what, and why not? This is my personality also I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I went there and it was amazing, and I was like, wow, but people need to know that Saudis are like this.
So you found through posting to your Instagram that Saudis were eager to share their culture and hospitality.
And even more than UAE at the end, because there is more Saudis.
Yeah.
So more stories to share, more experiences, and I started being like, okay, I need to start. Like, you have this in your head.
Okay, so you met Mansour at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
And how did things transpire? How did you become business partners?
So I just said, okay, I will start having a workshop about Sadu. This is how it started.
A Sadu
because
workshop.
I wanted to learn, I love handicraft, and I discovered that here it's very, it's very important, like the handicraft, you have a lot of artisans, but people don't know about it. So I started on Instagram searching for someone who was doing Sadu. So Hala, I started with Hala. I asked her, do you want to do a workshop with us? She said yes. So we started in this coffee shop.
Wow.
Yeah, everything is. And we did the first workshop, which was fully booked. Like, people just said, okay, I want to learn Sadu. And Saudis, not only expats, because I did this at the beginning for expats, same as the UAE.
Yeah.
But Saudis registered. So I was like, okay, I didn't expect this. And they said, yeah, of course, I want to know also how to do Sadu, because this is not my generation. This is my mother, grandmother even. So we had a mix, and this workshop was very successful. So I did another one with another artist, which was Assyri painting from the south. So we started with this small workshop with small number of attendees to check how was the market, like the demand.
And is this when you were still working with Alliance Française? You were just doing these workshops on the side? See how the response was? Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
This was my side, not even a business.
Yeah.
It was not a business. It was just to see how people would answer to this. So then I started realizing that yes, there is an interest. So and that's how with Mansour we decided to be together in this business, because he has a lot to share with me in terms of experiences being a Saudi. For me, it's very important as well to be surrounded by Saudis, because my goal was to connect people, and I'm just a bridge. I'm not showcasing anything because I'm not Saudi. So my goal is to be surrounded by people who can showcase Saudi culture.
And he's one of them.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, amazing. So tell us about this location. This beautiful location that we're in now, and where you've decided to base Bonjour Saudi.
Yeah. And then we came with Bonjour Saudi, of course. Now it's called Bonjour Saudi.
Yes.
And it's another business. And yeah. So everything is linked with this coffee shop because it's here.
And what's the name of the coffee shop?
It's here. It's called Rawag.
Okay.
Yeah. And the Hodaj, there is two, but it's like the same location. So because I did these videos to highlight this neighborhood and everything, we had the opportunity to come here and to be like in kind of partnership with this neighborhood, which is called Samhania, not yet very known by expats. And Samhania is based in Diriyah. So it's gathering 16 businesses, local businesses, mainly owned by Saudis, except us. And the goal of Samhania is to showcase heritage, old houses, mud houses, but that have been renovated to host businesses. So you have a lot of coffee shops, one restaurant showcasing food from Hofuf, from the east of Saudi. You have mainly local restaurant or snacks. You have Saudi snacks, like Samhania is about Saudi culture, showcasing Saudi heritage through businesses. So here, if you come at night, it's very local. Everybody is in the street, walking, but also like just sitting in. You have a lot of spaces to sit, and to have like a tea, coffee, snacks, and it's very a chill vibe, which is very different from other places in Riyadh. This is what really brought me here, because I felt first you can walk. It's like a walk.
Yes.
I was interested by the way that they think this neighborhood as a place where you can walk inside the businesses. So they keep the same streets, like small streets as it was before. And I loved the fact, and this is what I highlighted in my videos about Samhania, that they kept the houses how it was before. And I'm French, I like the old walls, understanding how you keep the heritage. And I felt it was very different from other projects, so I wanted to know more, and this is how it started. And now we are part of this community. Yeah.
Was it important for you when you started your business to have your own physical location? Because I could see how you could continue doing the workshops at various locations around here without having like your own permanent space. Or was that important?
Now it's very important because we shifted the vision of the business thanks to this location. But this location came to us through Samhania, through a partnership with Samhania.
Okay.
So no, I would not have. On the second step of the business maybe.
Yep.
But on the first stage, no. But this was we changed also the vision thanks to this location. Because we were I'm very grateful to be able to be here, because this neighborhood, like Samhania, is the community. So when you enter the community, you understand a lot of things about the country as well. And this neighborhood is full of people. So when you have your business here, you have a minimum number of visitors per day.
What do you mean you have a minimum?
Like, because...
Just from the local?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it brought us a lot of visibility. And what is Bonjour Saudi and because it's a lot of Saudis in this in Samhania, so a lot of Saudis knew us thanks to Samhania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about the programs and experiences that you offer now with Bonjour Saudi.
Yeah. So we have different targets. First, we host tourists. We call ourselves a travel and experience design house. So it means that we create itineraries in the whole Saudi for tourists and also expats if they want to travel domestically. But our itineraries are quite different from also what you can find in other travel agencies, because we try to connect people also in other regions. For example, if you go to Abha, we design a full itinerary where you will have also experiences how to make the bread. Maybe if you want a painting workshop as well, you will sleep in a local house that we found for you, that has been also renovated and to host people. But we started creating a lot of network in other regions to find the best experiences that we couldn't create because we are not based there yet. I hope in the future. But so how to partner with people to have the same concept as us, but in other regions. And this is very hard also to be able to take our people, like our guests, in other locations having the same concept. You know, like not to go to Jeddah and only to go to the Corniche, Al Balad. What can we bring for them to have a different experience? So yeah, we create this itinerary. We do everything custom made for people.
Okay.
We work with other agencies in France and in Switzerland for now. They bring for us French and Swiss to experience Saudi through us. And so this is for tourists, which is an international target. And then we have a strong local target. So we have activities every month. We have a schedule of a workshop, cultural experiences, artistic workshop, tours as well. And people can register through the website or Instagram as well. And we publish on social media what we have this month, and you can register to have an experience with us. And another target, which is companies, which is one of my favorite targets as well, because we started, I love the impact that we have on companies. We started team buildings, organizing seminars, events as well, and hosting delegations. So the companies, local, international companies, come to us saying, okay, I have a delegation of 10 people, for example. They are from all over the world, and they have 3 hours to understand. Like, they are very busy, but they have 3 hours, and they need to have like an understanding of Saudi culture. So what do you have? And we send a proposal with different experiences. We try to also showcase. Samhania is amazing in terms of local culture, because there is several locations which are showcasing old houses. So we try to do a lot of things here, but also outside Samhania. We have partnership with farms, other Saudi houses to host delegation in different like VIPs, but also like a lot of different types of delegation. Yeah.
So how much of your business is from each segment, would you say?
I would say this is difficult. I think 40% tourists.
From the agencies in Switzerland?
Yes.
In France?
Yeah. We work with agencies and also B2C. They can contact us also like randomly through social media or website. So it's different. Like, we partner with agencies and we also accept normal requests from people.
So approximately 40% of
Yeah.
your business is coming from there.
Yeah, and then 30% companies
Okay.
and 30%
Local
B2C.
companies or international companies based here?
Yeah,
Okay.
and 30% residents of Saudi.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was it your plan from the beginning to target these 3 segments?
No.
What was your plan from the beginning?
My plan at the beginning was to be only a travel agency. What I mean is that I was planning to target only tourists. Before, like when I came to Saudi, and then with seeing the market and how people reacted to workshop, because I just wanted to try the workshop at the beginning for
Yep.
tourists, and then I realized that people here like it. So we shifted everything, like having the physical location means that we can do activities
Yep.
for people every month. Like anybody who wants to join us, they can join us. Expats, kids also, we have activities for kids because we had a lot of requests. So we really, we are so flexible. So we try to adapt ourselves. And
Yep.
the companies was already the case in the UAE. We were hosting
Okay.
delegations, so I had this in mind. But I didn't know if they will be interested in other types of team buildings or other type of hosting delegation. And yes, it's something that I want to develop more. But for this first month, we had like amazing delegations.
Wow.
Yeah.
And is most of the business that's coming to you inbound, coming to you through social media, or do you or your team like do outreach?
Social media helped a lot,
Yep.
especially for B2C, so for residents, expats. This is how we started being more seen on social media with the workshop. We didn't do yet business development a lot.
Okay.
This is my plan for the future, to speak more about the business. But these few months we started in January. So this
Only?
January, yes.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize
Yeah.
that. Wow, you've done so much in such a short time.
I mean, we started the first workshop. We did it in December.
Okay.
So then, like, we went through all the process, and in mid-January we started officially. But the house, we opened it in mid-February.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very new.
Yeah. So it's still, we are so flexible because
Yes.
we are just starting, and that's how we answer to the requests. I was alone at the beginning. I mean, alone with Mansour, but I mean, on the operation every day in the house, I was alone. So then now we have a team, but it was like at the beginning we just answered the requests, and I'm so grateful for this. Now I want to speak more about everything.
So you have other team members with you now?
Yes.
And what are their roles?
So we have Al-Jazi. She's responsible for the house.
Okay.
So she's welcoming the guests coming every day, the visitors. So we have visitors from Samhania, like they are coming to take a coffee. They see Bonjour Saudi, they will come to see what is Bonjour Saudi.
Yep.
So she's responsible to raise awareness about Bonjour Saudi. And I forgot to mention that we have a small shop in Bonjour Saudi showcasing handicrafts. So it's only Saudi-made products. So she's in charge of explaining what is Bonjour Saudi, explaining the shop if people want to buy as well some Saudi-made products from the artists we are working with in workshop, they can.
Great.
And she's in charge of coordinating the workshop, hosting people, making sure that everything is okay. She likes to speak about her culture as well, so she's always adding some spices to the experiences and everything. Yeah.
So
and
she's doing a lot.
Yes, yeah. She's responsible for the house and how to welcome people.
What are the open hours of the house?
4 to midnight.
Okay, in the evening.
And it's
anyone else?
Yes.
On your team?
So we just this was since February, since March, I would say, like since we opened the house, and then we just hired 2 new people. So we have Fawaz, who is with us. He's in charge of the tours, the quality of the tours, improving the experiences, creating new experiences, cultural experiences, not only in Riyadh, also showcasing other regions. And he's responsible, representing Bonjour Saudi on the tours, with the delegation, with the tourists, making sure that everything is okay with the guides, with our artists, because now we have a strong network of, we have a lot of people, guides. We work with a lot of guides in Riyadh and other cities. We work with a lot of artists as well, so we need to coordinate for the experience to be the best. So he's in charge of coordinating all of these people and making sure that it meets our expectation, and for the clients to be happy to have a great feedback, understand their expectation, and improve the quality.
Yeah.
And also Julianne, who is from Brazil. Oh. Yes, and she's in charge of targeting new markets other than France and Switzerland.
Excellent.
And developing as well with me.
How did you find these team members?
Jazzy, we found she was in through an offer, honestly, she was interested to work in tourism. So this is how we just published an offer. She answered.
Oh, okay, on social media.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was only on social media, honestly, through stories. We are looking for.
Yep.
Yeah. And Julian, I knew her. She's very active in the tourism sector, posting a lot as well. And she wanted to highlight Saudi to Brazilians, which is
perfect.
It's new for Brazilians as well, Saudi. So she started doing it on a personal account as well. And then she showed interest to Bonjour Saudi and how to target new markets that I would not have access to because I'm not from there. And it's really important also to represent, to have someone representing the country you are targeting. So she's in charge of targeting Brazil and around as well.
Okay.
Which is very interesting markets because Saudi is really shining there and it's new.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Alula especially.
Okay.
Yeah. She has a lot of requests for ladies trips. They are very interested to see what is happening in Saudi and how we don't know.
Wow.
And this is how also we understand how it's different. In France, it's not the same interest. It's different point of view. Our clients are more interested in culture and experiences, historical facts, not a lot of luxury or something.
Yeah.
We don't do luxury trips or something. For now we are more into cultural trips. When in Brazil, it's very luxury. So
okay.
It needs to, and this is how now we hired more people to invest on the team to be, for the next season, to be stronger.
That's going to be interesting to see as you tap into different markets, what they're interested in seeing in Saudi.
Yeah, exactly. And Sabrina, my partner from the UAE, she's also active in helping in anything we need.
Oh, okay.
So, she's supporting from the UAE, she's coming, a lot here.
So what have been the challenges that you faced? It sounds like everything happens so seamlessly, but we all know that there's challenges in starting any business.
Yeah. It's a tough question. But there is a lot of challenges. I think you need to be very resilient as well when you start something like this, because first people need to understand what is Bonjour Saudi and why she's French,
Yeah.
How and this was my issue when I started in the UAE. How do you feel this legitimacy on starting a business, showcasing a culture which is not yours? And then at the beginning in the UAE, I was a little bit oh, should I do this? And then the Emiratis were telling me, of course you need to do it. We didn't do it, you will do it, because we see our culture as, for example, I'm from France. Saudis or Emiratis, they love the croissant and the Eiffel Tower and the terrace.
Yeah.
For me, it's normal. I don't see it anymore.
Right, you take it for granted because it's part of your everyday.
Exactly, yeah. So here we see as expats things that they don't see anymore.
Yep.
I like to
True.
sit in the floor and to eat a kapsa because this is not my daily life in my country.
Yes.
And for them, Saudi or any nationality, it's normal. Maybe tourists, they will think that tourists don't want to experience this. And this how my challenge was also in Saudi, how to communicate about the fact that yes, I am surrounded by Saudi, and also I'm participating to highlighting them through a vision and through how I love this and I want to break the stereotypes, and I'm here to support. So this was a challenge to how to that people can understand the way with the business, not thinking that I'm coming and I will show myself Saudi culture. Never,
Right.
I'm not.
Yep.
So this was a challenge in terms of communication as well, and also me
Personally.
personally
Yeah.
to see how people are reacting. But at the end, like even Mansour, he was telling me, no, we want Saudis, we want expats to create projects like this, because this is also how we partner to showcase, to understand what expats and foreigners will like.
Right.
They know also, of course, but maybe how to create the experiences in the way that we are interested in,
Yep.
and this is all how we partner. So this was the first challenge, and then a lot of administrative challenges,
Yeah.
how to also just business-wise, the team, who to recruit, how to be showcasing a mixed team, the business also, how we started receiving a lot of requests, and I was so happy with it, but how to prioritize. I wanted to do everything, B2C, companies, tourists, which is too much for Al Jazeera and me,
Yeah.
and having visitors every day. How do you... So this was also a personal challenge on sometimes you need to prioritize something, even if I was a little bit challenged by... I always wanted to have a strong impact, that the business is not a business in terms of, having clients and money and everything, and I always ask myself, where is my impact? And sometimes you need to prioritize when you start on, yes, having impact and having amazing clients and bigger contract, and how to
If
balance.
you don't take care of the financial end, then you won't be able to have that impact.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, and this was something challenging for me on the balance also, and I don't want to not prioritize other small B2C requests,
Right.
and taking care of big, all of this prioritization
Yep.
of the business.
So you had to change your mindset a little bit to
and
look
also
after the business.
investing in a team, and to be stronger as well, because I see how we can be we are a service. Everything that we do is a service, so I want the clients to be happy, and this needs quality, and at the end I realized I cannot
you
do
can't be
everything.
everywhere.
Yeah. So and then in Saudi, as if it's a challenge, in terms of being in Saudi, it's maybe there is language also, which is I'm learning Arabic, but when can you a lot of, you need to be well surrounded as well to be able to answer to everything, to understand also how things are going here, understanding how you need to work to adapt yourself to Saudis, to Saudi markets, to work with Saudis, how to work with me, how to work together, all of this. And this is great, honestly. For now, I'm so happy to... It's amazing. It's an amazing experience.
It sounds like it. So, is there anything in particular that you've learned about yourself through this whole process of setting up here in Saudi?
Yes, patience. That everything cannot, it's not because I want something very hard that it will happen. Like I think it's very, here there is, I learned a lot of things about patience because I have to wait for a lot of things that came in an amazing way. But in France, maybe I would have been, no, I don't wait, but here you need to adapt. So
Yeah.
I learned also how to be very, even more adaptable, how to be patient, to be resilient as well, because everything is not easy. And I learned also how to understand that sometimes things are not you need to change yourself, to change, to wait for things to come to you, and
Yep.
to accept them the way they come. And if it's not the perfect way at the beginning, maybe next year it would be the perfect
Right.
year. So yeah, I think resilience, patience, adaptability, and also here I believe in a lot of, more than in Europe, I believe in signs, in a lot of things that are happening. If you, for example, when I started this page, actually I gave things to people, I gave content, I gave hidden gems,
Yeah.
and then how things came back to me in an amazing way that I was like, oh, I didn't do this for this,
Right.
and here in Saudi, I really feel it works like this. There is
That's
a kind of
interesting.
relationship that you build with people.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned also that here trust is very important.
Trust.
Trust.
Yep.
You need to people, because of this, even at the team and everything. Saudis like to build relationship,
Yep.
and when you have this relationship, it's something very strong, and you trust someone. I really felt this, and the trust is very important, and you don't break the trust,
And trust takes time
exactly
to build.
Yeah, and I love this. I really find myself in this way of working around this. Yeah.
Interesting. If you were to start over again, I know it hasn't been that long, but is there anything you would do differently?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No,
it all came about.
Yeah, for now, I think it's. I mean, I like the way. I cannot say that. Yeah, I would like to avoid all the challenges because
Yeah.
it's not possible. So no, for now, I like how it just happened.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe there is a lot of things that I would have done differently, but it's more in terms of business, deep business, that is not. I think we cannot change anything. So
Okay.
I'm going with. I went with the flow a little bit too much. So now I'm I'm structuring everything. So this is also a lesson learned. But I would not have changed something.
How does it feel being a French woman running a business in Saudi Arabia? Your own business?
Yeah. No, honestly, amazing. I think when I tell the story, why, and people don't understand why. So I'm trying to explain that it's the same. In the UAE, my colleagues, they gave me a lot when I arrived. I couldn't believe, honestly, when I arrived there, I could not believe that these people that I barely know, they are giving me so much about the country and making me at home. I never went back to France crying, or I don't, when you're abroad, you think maybe not crying, I mean, or feeling homesick.
Yep.
Yeah, of course,
like
sometimes I
weren't
miss
welcome.
friends or something, but and this was a shock for me, that I just feeling, okay, I'm interested in this, and how they are like this. It's so different from in Europe. It's so different. I wanted to understand, and this made me come here. And as a French, any people are telling me it's amazing, like Saudis, and I'm so grateful for this. When I tell them the story, they tell me thank you. And when I hear this, I'm like, okay, I'm here for something, you know, like, and so, like, for now, I mean, I love how people welcomed me, and in the shop, I'm a lot in this house, actually, and then when they see me, some of them, they don't understand, like, they laugh or something, like, how do you do this? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I can explain you the story. And then they say, okay, thank you for doing this. And I'm like, no. And then when the first time someone told me this, I was like, I didn't even think that someone would thank me, because I want to thank them for welcoming us like this. And Saudi is becoming a hub, and I love the fact that, like, you are here since a long time, but people just arriving. I think now we see expat enjoying, they want to stay. On TikTok, a lot of content creators, expats, starting to do videos about how they are welcome and how Saudis are funny, welcoming, hospitable, curious about you as well. Me, even when I arrived 1 year and a half, I didn't see that much videos. So I'm so amazed also to see how it's now you see more and more people coming, less and less in compounds, more coming together. So I think now, like, I think it's the question is being a foreigner. I think it's more and more not normal, but we are more and more welcome to do this kind of initiative.
You're interacting with a lot of visitors to the kingdom. What are some things that surprise them about Saudi?
People.
Like the people here?
Yeah. All the tourist visitors we are hosting, and even expats when they live here, but we connect them with Felwa, who is an artist we are working a lot with her. She's from Abha. She's doing a workshop about Assyri painting, but she's teaching a lot about her culture. She's coming with she likes to come with her abayas from there. People, they are so shocked, like visitors, they are so shocked how Saudis are kind and they give so much. For example, tourists, so many guides with who we are working, or even people in the street, they tell you welcome to Saudi, and then they look at me like, okay, like, they are welcoming us in the street. So first I think, people, they are shocked how it's different from what we heard, unfortunately.
Yes.
And this is the first thing, because it's always, when we ask, it's always what people want to showcase more. Then the culture, I think people don't realize how Saudi is compared to other country of the region, how it's an old country, and the history of civilizations. Like Alula, for example, when you understand like all the civilizations that came in, like all the story around the UNESCO sites and everything, people are surprised to see how each region have a different story. Like Riyadh with Diriyah, Jeddah, Al-Balad, Alula with Egra, and they are, I think also we don't realize before we come how it's diverse in terms of landscape, history and everything. So I think these two are the most, like, people are surprised of this. And how also like it's modern in a way, like, especially Riyadh.
Yes.
I think we don't realize when we are, if we travel here, maybe sometimes I have different expectation, especially in Riyadh, to see how it became a big city, and but still keeping like the heritage and tradition.
Yes.
This is also something that they tell me, that they Saudis have an amazing balance between changing the vision and like having big cities and everything, but when you talk to Saudis, they are so proud of the past as well, of the Bedouin past and everything, and tourists love this.
Yep. If a tourist comes to visit you in Riyadh, or you have family or friends coming here, which I'm sure you have a lot of, what are 3 places that you would definitely take them in Riyadh?
as a tour, right? Like, or
Somebody's coming, they've never been here before, they're here for a few days.
okay.
Like,
Okay,
where,
few days.
where do
Okay.
you want to bring them?
So of course Diriyah.
Yeah.
I mean, but we always end the tour in Samhania where we are here. Usually we do at Turaif and here because it's 5 minutes walking.
Okay.
Anybody who is interested, honestly, this changed the experience because we always do the tour there and then a dinner here on our roof, in Bonjour Saudi roof. So we work with Abdulaziz. She's a chef, but she's cooking at home, and we ask her local dishes, and then we eat in our roof. Or we have sometimes also another cook who is cooking for us on the roof. Kabsa, they can learn how to do kabsa and everything. So I think this is for me one of the best experience because you can connect with people. So if you come to Diriyah, I think you need to come to Bonjour Saudi because you can have an amazing experience. If you like art, it can be an artistic workshop. If you like cooking, it can be a cooking workshop. Just eating, it will be a cultural dinner. But it's so casual, and we like to take people to experience it in a different way than Bougerie Terrace, for example, which is amazing, but very different as an experience. Then Old Riyadh, of course, in Masmak, here, we always take people there. We have cultural guides with us, so they are not tour guides, but we work with people passionate about Saudi culture. They are not officially tour guides, but they love to. We work with tour guides certified by the government for the tours like Diriyah, like specific historical tours. But also we have an initiative where you can go with Saudis, so they can take you in their favorite place. So this is something that we also recommend to people if they are here a few days. For example, we have a girl, she likes to take them to Tahliya Street to have a coffee because she thinks that it's the best way to experience Saudi. For example, to go to a coffee shop because Saudi is about coffee shop. So she likes to, if we have a tourist interested in having an insight about Saudi, she will take them to a coffee shop on Tahliya Street, having a moment, seeing that it's full of coffee shop with Saudis, this kind of thing. So, but let's go back to Old Riyadh. Sorry, I'm going to. But Masmak and Souk Al-Zeg, for me, it's something that you need to see. And if you go there with us, it's with the cultural guide explaining you everything with the auction and all of this.
Great.
And then the third thing, the third place, I think it's important as well to show the modern Riyadh as well, like not showcasing only historical places. So it will be maybe KFD or the center, like Tahliya Street. I love Tahliya Street because it's very vibrant, and visitors love it. Usually when we take them for coffee or restaurant there, they like to see also how this is an important part of Riyadh, but there is no sites around it except Kingdom Tower that you can visit as well. People like to see the life at night, so we always recommend for people to really go out at minimum at 10 to not to go out at 8.
Yes, great suggestions. So how can people learn more about Bonjour Saudi and what you're doing and potentially join a tour or a workshop?
So we have a website, bonjoursaudi.com, and all social media, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Bonjour Saudi. Excellent. And we post everything about what is happening, what we have, the packages, the workshop, everything.
Great. You have any last thoughts or anything you would like to add?
No. I think thank you so much for highlighting.
Thank you, Cecilia. Thank you for sharing your journey.
Thank you so much. Thank you.